we came into this game pretty confident in our game plan, and all the credit to that defense. They're a very good defense, very good team. Michigan State came out to play, but I felt like we have a lot to learn from. Left a lot on the table there, especially at the end of that first half. So we're going to get back to it, watch the film, learn from it, and come back next week ready to play.
Justin, can you just speak to the defensive effort tonight? I think you had a career high for tackles, but that's probably not a scenario where you want your safety leading the team attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something I'll be bragging about by any means, but yeah, I'm proud of our defense. I felt even amidst the loss we took tonight, felt like the guys were fighting till the end. We had dudes out there staying positive, wanting to play. Again, all the credit in the world to Michigan State's offense. They came out firing. They were ready to go. And, yeah, similar to what Gio said, we got to get back, watch the film. I think we're getting close as a defense, and that's something that we can be excited about. Just a few missed gap fits here and there, and then we just got to come out from the jump, especially with our communication. I feel like that was one thing in the first half that was really getting us. We had guys playing different calls, and we weren't communicating well across the board. So that's something that we got to get fixed, but it's good to get that out of the way early on in the season, learn and grow from it.
Hey, Andy Pepper in the back. One for each of you. Gio, I guess you touched on it briefly, but the frustration level of leaving those points on the board in the first half, the chip shot field goal, the end zone interception that could have made this a much closer ball game.
I mean, yeah, then it's definitely it's disappointing to go out there and feel like we left some on the table, but I'll just keep going back to Michigan State played really well tonight, and that's something that and like Justin said, I felt like offensively we fought till the end and we didn't give up necessarily, and that's really exciting about our team. Love the guys we're playing with, and I know they're going to come back fighting and wanting to get better this week, and we'll be ready next week.
Justin, you just talked optimistically about the defense. There are a lot of open receivers out there tonight. What did they present any different looks? Is this just execution, or is this just Mark D'Antonio making a lot of changes last week?
Right. No, I think biggest thing for us was just the miscommunication. Shoot the one right there. I think it was at the end of the second half. Maybe they had that wide open touchdown they had. Even that was miscommunication on the back end. And so, again, loud stadium, a lot of fans, something that we have to be able to adjust to, make sure we're getting the calls communicated from our sideline all the way to the corners on the opposite side of the field, make sure everybody's on the same page. And then obviously whenever they come out in certain formations, we have specific checks for those. And we didn't do a good job getting the check across the board to everyone. And so, again, at times we were, the one side of the field's playing certain coverage, and then the back end's still playing the coverage that we had originally called. And so, yeah, that's on our shoulders as a defense. That's on me and the other guys back there at safety to make sure that we're communicating that. As quarterbacks of the defense, we got to make sure everyone's on the same page.
You guys left some points on the board in the first half, but was it still encouraging, that you guys had some times that you were able to, move the ball on offense against a good defense like Michigan State?
Yeah, like you said, they were a really good defense, and we knew that coming in, and we stuck to our game plan for the most part. And it was definitely encouraging to see young guys making plays, especially a wide out. No one was scared of the spotlight. Everyone was ready to play, and that's really encouraging going into next week. And I'm just really excited to get back out there and get to work.
Can you talk about John's ability to get the ball out of his hands quickly against that front? Because obviously it's close, so they cause a lot of problems. Rid of the ball pretty quick.
Yeah, John's an unbelievable player, unbelievable quarterback, and the thing about him, he's really smart. He knows probably what they're doing before they even know what they decide to do. So he's really fun to play with, and you just know that he's always going to find the right spot to put it in. He did really well tonight for the most part.
All right, obviously a frustrating day. There's some bright spots out there, but not enough of them. Really proud. I thought our special teams unit, I thought our kickoff return team, punt return did a good job. We gotta take advantage of our chances. When you're playing a top 20 team and you get opportunities, you have to capitalize on them. And we missed 2 field goals. We had the ball, I think the 3 or 4 in the first half. And you're not going to beat a top 20 team doing that stuff. But I was proud. We drove the ball well early, and John was efficient with the ball early on. Had 2 get away from him, but was getting rid of the ball and not taking hits, which was the plan, obviously. But we gave up too many big plays. I thought we settled down in the second half. Our defense played much better and made them kick field goals, which is the goal. And they kept fighting to the end. The 2s went in there, did a good job. And I was happy with the fight of our team. We didn't make enough plays to beat a top 20 team, but I was happy with the way we fought.
Tim, you touched on this in your statement, but you get the chances in the red zone against a team like this. How important is it if you're going to pull an upset to finish?
You have to, right? To beat a top 20 team, you have to take advantage of every opportunity you get. And I think we missed 3. I mean, we had 2 turnovers that we didn't score on. That we have to score on those. I mean, our 1 touchdown was we drove it and scored. But when you get a turnover, you have to take advantage. And John threw the 1. He didn't see the backside safety on the 1, and then we missed 2 field goals when we were down there as well. So at the end, I kicked it. I mean, technically, we probably should have gone for it, but I wanted Tiago to have confidence, and he buried it, which was good. And then I had him kick off, and he kicked it out of the end zone. We're trying to build confidence moving forward. And then the 2s went down and scored, which was nice. But with the 1s, I mainly kicked because I wanted him to have some confidence, and he buried it, so I was proud.
What are you thinking on the opening series? 4th and 7 from the 31, going for it rather than the field goal and then the miss?
We have a book. I go off the book, at what it tells me to do. And so we know after first down when we're going and when we're not. I went against the book to kick the field goal at the end, but yeah, I plan on going down there and whatever the book says, we do, so that was a kick situation, and he's got the leg, he just needs to get comfortable. He's obviously never played in front of this many people. His first 2 kicks weren't good, and then his last one was.
Can you give an injury update? I saw Claiborne.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I know it's not super serious. It was questionable of whether we could push him back in there or not with the game playing out the way it was. Chose not to. I don't know the exact injury, but I know that it's not severe. He's the only one. We got out healthy, and I was proud of our whole line. You talk about there were some physical dudes, and I think they held on. I don't know how many TFLs we had, or how many TFLs they had, but I thought we held the line of scrimmage pretty good, and gave Bells a couple chances. We were a couple shoestrings away from hitting some big ones, but I thought they fought against a top defense in the country.
Coach, I talked to Justin a little bit about the defensive performance, and I said, frankly, a lot of open receivers running around out there, and he said, I said, this like adjustments. Did you see stuff you didn't see last week from them? Was that Mark D'Antonio making adjustments, or what else? And he said it was a lot of the communication from the sideline to get it back, to get it all the way across the field was an issue, and he seemed optimistic. I just wanted your take on a lot of Spartan receivers running around freely.
Yeah, I mean, I know the first one was D. D was supposed to be in the 3rd, and he jumped on the hitch. And we ran Sam off the edge on the first play, and D got nosy when he looked at the hitch and gave him a shoulder, and they snuck behind us. They did show us some stuff. We only had 1 game to prepare for. And they did a good job with their RPOs. Messing with our backside safety, and they got number 3 down the chute a couple times. We got to do a better job when we play off coverage. I mean, they ran some stop routes that our cushion's too big. We have to be a little bit more physical with them. We started out physical with them, and the first 3 times we were physical with them, they called pass interference on us, and that makes it hard because then they're afraid to touch them, and all of a sudden they're bailing too hard. I mean, so we got to watch the film, but we have to be better. Bottom line, and I thought we did a decent job of coming back in the second half and getting a lot of the communication stuff figured out. It's really getting it from the safeties to the corners in a loud environment. That's the main issue. Getting the play in is easy. it's getting the check relayed to the field, the guy on the far sideline, which I think only hurt us one time. But we have to get our communication better, period.
On the plus side, moved the ball well, obviously, against very good defense. And John, I couldn't help but think about 2 years ago making his second collegiate start. It's night and day. How he was able to stay tall.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I mean, that's the one thing Coach D'Antonio said is he said you have a hell of a team and you have a hell of a quarterback. And I think he did a good job. Those two, I'm a quarterback guy. Those two kill me, because I wish he'd just throw a different type of ball. He needs to rip those in there, as opposed to babying them in there a little bit. But he made reads, he made throws. They were bringing 3 or 4 different things off the edge, cat blitzes, and he was diagnosing them and getting rid of them before he got hit. The sacks really came from coverage, to be honest with you. I mean, every time he got a 3 and hitch, he got rid of it. There are a couple times the coverage got us, and the 2 receivers that were meshing ran into each other, and that's when he took his sacks. It wasn't because he mentally didn't know where to go. He is where he needs to be all the time, every time, and that's why we have a chance to be really good.
Coach, you are well respected and have been around a long time. Can you talk about Michigan State's defense?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they do what they do. We knew exactly what was coming. They disguise their 3 things they do really well. But I think the thing that makes them special is their pad level and their effort. It's different. It's different than everybody else. And the way they play their 4-down. I mean, we were able to spread them out, and we got them uncomfortable in a couple of formations. And as soon as we did that, they started pressuring those formations. We got them like 4 or 5 times in a row, and then we earned blitz. And Coach Tressel does such a good job. He's never going to let you pick on him the whole day. Once you find 1 or 2 things, he makes adjustments. They're so smart. I mean, that Mike linebacker, he calls everything. I mean, we're bouncing the back, moving the tight end, and he's like, he's just resetting the front. I think we caught him with our front the way we wanted it a couple times, but not many. It's just such a combination of them knowing what they're doing, them playing with their hair on fire, and them being able to adjust to anything you do. They've been doing it. I think this is the same group we played 2 years ago, and they have so much time. All those guys came back instead of going to the NFL, and they're going to keep doing what they're doing. And I love the challenge, though, playing a team like this. I mean, it's been our guys were up for it, and they were excited about it. And we didn't finish drives like we need to against a team like that, a defense like that. But we didn't shy away. We came out swinging, and I was proud of them.
You talk about not finishing drives a couple times. There's just a couple of field goals you guys could have had, and then a couple times in the red zone you guys got really close. What was it kind of like in those moments to try to get past that and move on and play the rest of the game? Because it felt like momentum was going your guys' way. And
yeah, you move on. There's nothing you can do. I'm not gonna yell at the kicker. I need him to have a positive outlook on life, and that's why we kicked there at the end to get him positive. And he buried one. I was proud of him, but the interception at the 3 that one hurt. And John saw what he saw. Just the location of the ball was the worst part. That ball, our receiver is 6'7", 270 pounds, and that ball should be 2 feet above his head, and John threw it too low, and the guy undercut him. So I wanted that one higher, But yeah, we're proud that we drove the ball. When they come off, we go through our red zone plays and the little things that we need to do better, and it's hard to run the ball down there on them. We still tried a couple times. I thought Bell's got outside a couple times and got in a little bit of space, but that's they're number 1 in the country for a reason against the run, and you can't abandon it, but you can't rely on it. I don't know how many times we threw it. 37, which is actually less than I thought. But we looked last year, the 2 teams that scored more than anyone else against them threw it 47 and 48 times. So we knew we were going to have to throw it, but keep them honest. And that, I think we had a pretty good mix going, but just got to finish them,
Coach, you guys got in the 21-0 hole there. You guys had a couple drives, where you could have gotten into it. But, how hard is it of an uphill climb is that, to get down 21-0 that quick against a good team?
Against a defense like that? Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to come from behind in a season. You're not gonna be up the whole season. So falling behind wasn't the end of the world. Falling behind against the number 1 defense in the country or one of them is hard, and it was important for us to to make sure we put drives together. Like I said, we had 17 minutes of possession and a little bit over 17 minutes of possession in the first half, which was by design or by hope. That was the plan, and unfortunately they scored too much in 12 minutes that they had it, But we kept their defense off a little bit. But yeah, it was the plan was coming together. But we got to make those plays. We have the guys to make those plays, And I thought, a couple decisions by John, couple throws. I think he wished he had back. Sky Moore made a catch on the sideline that was unbelievable. But that ball should have been over the top. I mean, we didn't expect to run by him a ton, but Sky did on that one. He threw back shoulder, and Sky was about 2 yards past him. I was hoping he'd put that one up over the top. So a lot of good, a lot of bad. We got to fix the bad and be proud of the good, because that was a good team we faced, and we did some really good things. We got to build on it.